You want me to get up and beat your ass?
Yes, I'd like to see you try. And we could do it on camera, so we could do like a pay-per-view situation.
We're probably not even recording.
It is recording.
Yeah, well, for all you guys that are really small, don't be intimidated by someone that's a foot taller than you and 150 pounds bigger than you. Just kick him in his balls, kick him in the knee, and then hit him. And then if you lose, at least you have the decency. That person will respect you. It's like, hey, you tried to beat me up and you were going to lose altogether. What do you think, Ryan?
I hope that stays on.
Oh, my God. He has no reply. He has no reply because he's never gotten his ass beat by someone little as me. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. I've never gotten my ass beat by somebody little like you.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's not unbelievable. It's extremely believable. The one thing
Wait.
I do say about little guys is they are quick. They know how to get away.
Did you hear what he just said? He says, it is believable a little person can beat up a big guy. Don't give up on yourself, little people. What do you got to say about that, son?
Welcome to the Diktators, ladies and gents.
Yeah, Dictator Ryan.
Episode numero uno.
Dictator Ryan.
Dictator Joe.
16, baby.
Joey.
I'm only 16.
Joey Chestnut.
I live my life at
Joey
16 years old of life.
What'd you just say?
I live my life for 16 years old. No responsibility.
What the hell does that mean?
That means no responsibility and life is good. I'm living at home with mom and dad. Got a couple girlfriends. What else could you have in life? You don't even have to pay rent. You don't have to pay the bills.
All right, let me translate for everybody out there. What he's saying is that being a 16-year-old is great and fantastic, and that's the best point of your life is what he's saying.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But you got to recognize it. You got to recognize.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, fool.
That's it. And then your puppy love, the girlfriend breaks up, and you know all of a sudden you're emotionally distressed like the world has ended.
Don't let these hoes get to you.
Don't let the world...
They'll bring it down.
Don't let the world end. You know why? There's a lot of girls out there in this world.
It's more fish in the sea, baby. You're a fisherman. Tell them about it.
Well, I'll tell you about the fish in the sea. It's like, hey, if it smells like fish, you got a dish. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. I'm going to tell you that. That's a good advice.
I'm not going anywhere near a chick that smells like fish.
That's a good advice from an Italian.
A, you're not Italian. B, that's horrible advice.
No, it's not.
If you had a son, would you tell him, hey, son, if it smells like fish, keep hooking up with the chick? Or would you say, son, if it smells like fish, get the hell out of there?
Listen, I'll tell you truthfully, I known a lot of musicians in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And they've told me the best looking girl is the one that gave him some kind of disease. VD, crabs. He goes...
No, VD like encompasses all of them. Venereal disease.
All right, yeah, that's what I said. And he goes...
It's not what you said, but okay.
It's like my dad, working my dad, always correcting me. It's like I'm always wrong. Anyway,
you need a tissue?
Now I forgot what I was saying.
You want me to grab the tissues for you?
Yeah, start crying. Let me get the glasses off so I can see what the hell I'm saying.
Let me pull up my clipboard so I can start taking notes.
But you know what?
It'll be $200, by the way.
200. What?
Therapy session.
Therapy? There ain't even a couch in here. How the hell is this therapy? I don't get it.
It is.
You're drinking all my booze.
Trust me.
Trust you? Who can trust you?
You drank all my booze. Everybody can. You drank all my booze for the past 2 times we were together.
How many of you people out there in this world have people say, trust me? I think a lot of times it happens when a man says it to a young girl. Say, trust me, girl. I didn't do it in you. And I'm not going to elaborate on what that means.
Even though it's going to contradict what I just said, I always say, never trust somebody that says trust them.
That is a good point. I have to agree. They tell you, I won't do this. And it happens. You're like, you promised that wasn't going to happen.
Trust me, I'll pay you back.
Yeah. Pretty funny. I mean,
trust me, I'll get your girl home safe.
Yeah,
I won't mess with her.
That's right. I'll have her in by 10. I don't know if he's talking about having her in at 10 or at 10.
Or having it in at 10.
That's right. You don't really know, do you?
He does.
I'm telling you, you got to be careful out there.
I know.
This world's very dangerous. There's a lot of bad people in this world. And there's a lot of good people. What do you think?
I think that there's probably... I mean, I'm not talking about the radical. I'm just like splitting it like 50-50.
Well, there's 50 good people, 50 bad people.
What I'm saying is there's varying degrees of good and varying degrees of bad. If you just split it and just say like, okay, if you're a little bit bad, you get all lumped into the same category. I would say there's a lot more bad people than good.
At this time, I have to maybe agree with you. There's a lot of bad people out
To
in this
varying
world.
degrees. There's people I think most people are just a little bit bad. They're not like pure evil. There isn't numbers wise a ton of pure evil out there.
Wow, there's a lot of
There's some, but
there's a lot of characters out there. You got to be careful out there in this world. You just can't let things happen to you and believe like, hey,
don't let
when
strangers give you candy.
what do they call that when you're online and you're
online.
That's what they call it. You know, not when you're texting, but you're on the computer and you're
Like a chat room or something?
chat room. There you go. You cannot believe all that crap on the chat room. All you young people, there's no way to believe it. Especially,
everything on the internet is true.
well, hey, let me show you a picture of me when I was 25, and you were like, that's the guy I'm going for. He's 68 now.
Oh, like catfish.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that what
so.
you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean,
dating sites?
yeah, you got to be very careful. I mean,
And like the chick has a picture from like 15 years ago when she weighed like 120. You show up to have dinner with the chick, all of a sudden she's 250.
yeah, well, that's called cute and chubby.
That's happened to me before.
That's cute and chubby.
That's fat.
Well, they call it something else, too.
Oh, they call them BBWs.
BBW.
Big, beautiful women. AKA, they're fat.
So to be, the government is pushing this stuff that, hey,
Catfish?
big and beautiful, catfish, whatever.
Yeah.
Obesity is good.
Oh, you can't. No, you can't fat shame. But no, you can't. No, women. This is women only. You can fat shame guys all day long.
You can't fat shame them. It's like
No, you can fat shame guys all day long.
because the women are big and beautiful. But honestly speaking,
You don't see no fat guys on the cover of Muscle and Fitness.
not on Playgirl either, probably.
Exactly. But yet they have fat ass obese chicks on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Well, the problem with that is really nothing against any women because they're all beautiful, but any of us, me, you, anybody,
they're all beautiful.
yeah, anybody.
I couldn't hold it in any longer. What a load of shit.
Once you get to this age, it's like, hey, your health depends on staying in shape. I mean, if you can't reach around, you're done. You're going to the what do they call that place where they put the old people in? What is it called?
You just said when you get to this age, your health depends on you staying in shape.
It does.
Can you make a more basic ass statement?
Wow, that's a true statement, isn't it?
That's like saying, your life depends on you breathing.
Well, you know what? You need to take breaths.
Is this shit going over your head? Is the own words out of your mouth, are they going over your head?
I can't see. The lights are in my eyes right now.
You have sunglasses on. Hey, Johnny be good, Johnny be cool.
I'm always cool. It's like at this age, you always are cool. This is where you got to be.
At your age, your life depends on you staying in shape.
Well, not really. I only got 3 years left to live. The average carpenter dies at 67.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because we worked our asses off our whole lives.
No, do you know why? It's not. This isn't just a carpenter specific thing. Do you know why?
Oh, he's going to have an answer for me.
I am going to have an answer.
Why?
Because a lot of people, they retire 64, 65, 66, and then they don't do shit. They sit on the couch, they lay in bed, they watch TV all day, they don't exercise, they don't get hobbies, they don't do nothing. And if you do that, you just die.
What are you talking about? I give money to the wife to go shopping.
You have a wife now?
I didn't know I did.
You just said you gave money to your wife to go shopping.
That's what I used to do.
You know what? That probably happened 20 years ago, and she didn't come back with your card.
No, she came back with 4 other guys. Can he stay here? This is my new boyfriend. Can that one stay in the back and one stay in the other room? Because they have no place to stay. Well, where'd they come from? This guy just got out of jail. This one got out of prison, and he needs a place to take a shower. I was like, are you serious? That's another story. True to the point.
What kind of women are you dating? That has never, ever. Actually, one time, my brother brought a homeless guy home and it tells me that I have to ditch him.
I'll have to tell you, from my experience, the redheads are so sexual, it's really hard to get rid of them.
You mean she was good in bed, so you put up with bullshit?
Exactly my point. So good at bed that the bullshit didn't matter.
You put up with the bullshit because she was good in bed.
She could have been having sex with 4 guys before I came home from work and wouldn't even know it. Of course, she took a shower. I mean, I'm just saying. But you wouldn't even know. It's like...
You mean she smells like fish?
Well, no.
It smells like a fish.
Nah, many women in my lifetime, it's like they said to me...
Leave me alone! Get away from me, pervert!
I think they even did the test with their hands. It's like, nah, you can't go down there.
How does a female do the finger to smell test? How does that work?
Well, they do the test and it's like, let me take a shower.
No, I know how the guy test works. How does the girl test work?
Or the girl test works before you even get to do the guy test.
I'm asking what the logistics are.
Well, the one
for a guy, he goes down there, he plays with his hand, then he smells his hand.
Yeah, when she's not looking.
That's how the guy does the smell test. How does a girl do the smell test on a guy?
How's a girl do a smell test on a guy?
Yes.
I don't know where her hands are. If you told me she's wrapping her hands around your balls or your other place, who the hell knows?
I'm pulling teeth here. You're the one that brought this up.
I didn't bring up anything.
You brought this up.
This is a terrible subject.
You said the girl has to do a smell test on the guy.
No, I said the girl does a smell test on herself.
Oh, so it's a self-inflicted, it's a self-test.
Her self-test is tells you, and she goes, let me take a shower.
I got you. All right.
That's what I said. You're not listening.
You don't speak correctly. It's not easy to follow what you're saying.
Well, it's like, when I grew up my life, they called us retards.
They still do.
And then now I'm special. I haven't got no special money. I'm still poverty. So I don't know what the special part really is.
Does a short yellow bus pull up outside of your house every morning?
Well, when I lived in it did. It was across the street. And he told me I was too old to get on it. It's your turn.
Because at your age, your life depends on you staying in shape.
Well,
your health depends on you staying in shape.
Staying in shape.
The profound statements of Joe 16, a.k.a. Skip. By the way, where did Skip come from? For some reason or another, I've known him for years, and all of a sudden one day he tells me, call me Skip.
Well, it all started with a policeman. I don't know if he was a sergeant.
I don't give a shit what his rank was.
It was in Flemington Lake. I don't know what town that's considered.
Is that like part of Flemington?
Well, I guess so. It says Flemington Lake.
I have no idea.
Somewhere down south.
All right.
Anyway, where you could go fishing, camping, but you're not allowed to camp.
So you can't go camping.
We were like
you can go fishing, camping, but you can't camp and you can't fish.
we were young. We were like the Butch Cassidy crew.
Okay.
Anything that was illegal, that's what we wanted to do.
All right.
So what we did is we went to Farrington Lake to camp and drink, and then we happened to get caught by the cops in there, and we got caught leaving, like, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I really don't remember. And there's no cars in the parking lot but us. So he pulls up, puts his lights on. I don't even know if we were moving, but pulled us over. That's a good one. We weren't moving, but he pulled us over. Get it? Anyway. So there's 5 people in the car. There's 6 counting me. I'm the only one that's 18. Everybody else is 17 or 16.
All right. They were at that ripe age.
We roll down the window. He comes up. We're all drinking. I'm sure we smelled like beer.
Yeah.
He shines a flashlight, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Then he comes to number 6. He goes, well, you other guys you look of age. How about you, Skip? You got an ID? And at that time, there was no pictures on our IDs in New Jersey.
Right.
So we're talking 1974, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he goes, so he called me Skip.
Yeah. So
it was a big joke between everybody. Like, hey, Skip. He's like, yeah, I'm the one that bought the booze. I'm the one that got accused. And then
So the oldest one out of the group is the one that gets called out for being not of age.
right. He could have arrested me
Anyone. He could have arrested you. I mean, I'm sure
Plus
it wasn't
everybody
law back
else.
then for buying underage people liquor.
I think he even threw in, make sure he doesn't drive.
I don't think anybody probably should have been driving out of that group.
Well, it was a good time. I mean, we used to go camping in Round Valley doing the same thing, illegal camp. We do the same thing as Stokes.
What do you do? Just like
State
go
Farm.
out in the middle of the woods and throw a freaking sleep it back down? And
Throw tents up, big party. Yeah. Used to come with like quarter pounds of hookah.
And the park ranger never caught you?
Oh, yeah. They
Aside
come,
from that
they,
cop.
They would come by where we park illegally, and they would say, you hear I'm on a loudspeaker, your car is about to get towed if you don't come out of the woods. We're not coming up for you, but we know you're in there. That's what they would say. So eventually you'd have to go down, and you're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, camping. And they'd say, you know it's illegal to camp here? And you say, really? I didn't know that.
Let's play dumb.
And then they say, you can't be here.
Never
It's like,
admit to a crime.
You got to get out of here in the next hour or two. It's like, I got to walk 2 miles in to get to the campsite, and you want me to be out here in 2 hours. And then they say, you know what? I'm going to do you a favor. And this would be a state police. I'll do you a favor. You got to be out of here by tomorrow morning. If you ain't out of here, I'm going to tow your car, and you guys can do whatever you want. You're going to strand you there.
Why were you illegally camping anyway?
Because it's no fun to legally camp.
Yeah, it is.
No, not. It's not. You pay for a spot. You camp there. You got a lot of
So
jackasses.
you just wanted to thrill, breaking the law, and be a rebel.
Yeah, that's all we always did.
Bonnie and Clyde type
we did
of
that
shit.
at Delaware, Stokes State Forest. We did it in Round Valley,
Yeah.
Flemington Lake. I don't know. It's like when you're 16 to 20, those are the things you do. It's like, I want to get in trouble, but I don't want to get in too much trouble.
Yeah,
if we
you're not going to
caught.
get too much trouble for illegally camping.
Yeah, most we ever got was tickets.
Maybe a ticket.
Yeah, that's what we got is tickets.
Probably back then, like 10 or 20 bucks.
Whatever it was, and you get the hell
nowadays
out.
you're probably like paying 100 or 150.
Yeah, you also get a ticket for like, oh, that's an illegal fire. It's like, oh my God, what else? Oh, it's burning still. Oh, it's illegal because it's too big. It's like everything's illegal. It's ridiculous. I get pulled over. It's like I got you for a taillight, speeding, no insurance, no registration. and,
What kind of vehicle are you driving? Jesus Christ.
and your taillight is out. It's like, are you serious? You're going to give me a
My
ticket?
taillight's not out. Crack. Now it is.
You're not going to let me go? You're going to give me a ticket? Well, no, I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm going to arrest you and tow the car. Everybody else get out and walk. That's what always happened.
And that was back before your freaking cell phones. You couldn't even call a taxi.
Taxi, Christ. The cops used to tell us, where to go to drink. It's like, don't drive. You can drink down here. We won't bother you. Make sure you clean up your mess. And that was a good thing. We're talking in the 70s.
Cops were friendlier then.
Oh, they were.
Not all of them, but
Yeah, they were still very nice.
they work with you a little bit more. I think a big problem when it came to like drinking, especially
It came to politics. That's what it came to.
all that.
Mother's mad.
Yeah,
crap.
that mad group. They fucked up for everybody. Don't drink and drive, folks. It's bad.
Yeah. One
But
beer.
if you have a couple beers, you're not hammered. You're not like belligerent. Like, there should be a little more leeway.
Should be, but they're not.
I get, if somebody's like completely obliterated, they should absolutely not be driving.
That's right. He's like, oh, you smell like orange juice. Pull over, pal.
Orange juice?
You got bad breath. You didn't brush your teeth. I don't know what to tell you. The cops are mean. They're always mean to me. I always got the trifecta ticket.
What's the trifecta ticket?
No insurance, cracked windshield, and speeding. It was a combination every time.
Was it always those three?
2 of them were always the same. Sometimes,
Well, speeding and no insurance is always the two, right?
sometimes I get a quadrifecta. Speeding, no insurance, no registration, cracked windshield, and in the carpool lane.
That's 5.
I know, they love me.
That's more than quad. Quad is 4.
So, octagon tickets.
How many signs does a stop sign have?
Oh, there's 6. Did I miss it?
Yes, you're wrong.
It's 5?
It's 8.
Oh, yeah, octagon. No, that's a hexagon. You're killing me over here. I don't even know if I'm on film. All my TVs are out. I can't even see my face. What's going on? How the hell we get into goddamn arithmetic, geography, algebra? All of a sudden now I'm supposed to know this stuff?
Ladies and gentlemen, Archie Bunker.
Where's my cigar? Come here, meathead. They don't even know what the Archie Bunker is or meathead was. That's that Pollock over there.
Yeah.
He's got hair like... Well, I like the one. I'm not allowed to say that on the microphone.
I like the one line in the show. It's not. These are not my thoughts or my thing. I'm quoting a line from a TV show.
That's right.
The one line Archie says to Meathead, he's like, 6 inch stones may break my bones, but you are one dumb Pollock.
That it is.
That was a freaking great show.
It was ahead of its time.
Nowadays, that would never get greenlit. You know what greenlit means?
Break.
You need to take a pee?
Oh, it'll make you feel good, yeah.
So, when you need to, just say it.
Oh, I gotta go take a dump. No, that's not true. I'm out of beer.
All right.
So?
You don't have to make a whole thing about this. Just say beer break. That's it. Or pee break.
Oh, beer break.
Just say beer break.
All right.
All right, go.
Well, turn it off.
I don't have to turn it off. I'll just cut it out.
Cut what out?
Everything will keep recording. I'll just cut it out in editing.
I didn't need a beer break.
If there's any accountants out there, is it possible to claim this guy my taxes? Because it's like having a child.
Well, most child ain't this big.
I'm gonna start a new charity. Adopt a retard.
You can't say that. That's woke.
You can, but you can't.
Adopt a special person with needs. I need your money. That's why you need to adopt me. And I'm not wearing a diaper.
I ain't wiping you up either.
Yeah, that's the end of my career. No diaper needed. Adopt me.
We should start like an adopt a program.
Well, you should. You should have.
You could be patient zero.
I think if
case number 1.
Yeah. I think if people really would adopt children.
Yeah.
From the system.
Yeah.
I think they could be saved to, not become vigilantes or murderers or rapists or any of those types of crimes.
Well, we also have to stop incentivizing single motherhood because almost every school shooter. I think there might have been an exception of like 1 or 2, but like almost every school shooter grew up in a single mom home.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because today that was on Court TV.
What, school shooting?
Yeah, I think the guy from Parkland.
Oh, Nicholas Cruz?
I don't know what his name is. I don't want to pay attention to it because it's such BS. It's like I think he killed 17 people.
I think it was
school.
17. Yeah.
And I think it was the Parkland shooting. I think that's what
you just said that. Yeah, it was in Florida.
And so it's on Court TV. So I'm sitting there watching this crap, and the defense attorneys, yeah, are arguing to spare his life. He's emotional. He had mental problems. He had all this. The dude shot everybody and then went outside the room that he shot everybody. And then he went back in to the ones that are moaning and groaning and shot the rest of them to kill them all. And they're trying to spare his life. It's like, it doesn't make any sense if you let him live because it doesn't really help out. You should just let him live in prison. It's like, what are you talking about? It's just 17 people he killed? All the 17 families, plus, generations of the families after that, nieces,
plus
nephews.
There's people that got hit that didn't actually die, that they have...
I know.
Even people that didn't even get hit, they have trauma.
Spare his life. And I'm like, are you insane? The dude killed many people. Now all of a sudden he says he's okay, so he should live? I don't believe that. Same thing I'm watching this court about the Washoe traffic jam in Wisconsin. What? The guy that killed everybody in the parade, killed 6 people, injured 35, 40 others.
Yeah, what was that, like 4, 5, 6 months ago or something?
That was last year. About 11 months. Yeah, it's about 11 months. I think it was Thanksgiving parade. Okay. So it's about a year. The guy is representing himself, which is ridiculous. I mean, he's asking the fathers and the mothers of the people who lost children, and he's trying to establish, like, did you see me in the car? Do you know how fast I was going? Oh, I mean, do you know how fast the car was going? He's trying to, it's like, why are we paying for something where they got actual film? It's him that killed all these people. Why are we paying all this extra money? I really don't get it.
For the whole case, you mean?
Yeah.
For a trial?
It's like all these cases that are 100% they did it should be crucified, in my view.
Well, I think there should always be a trial, but I think when it's like there's like no question about it, it's like open and shut, it should be sped up and streamlined. So that way you're not spending it. But no, the reason I say that every case should have a trial, unless a person just like pleads straight no contest, straight guilty. But I think everybody should have the ability to plead not guilty.
This person is just on court TV being his own
not defending
lawyer.
the person at all.
No, I'm saying he's his own lawyer. All he wants is showtime. The guy's guilty. It's like, why are we wasting all this money? I don't really understand it.
The reason is because it'll be a dangerous precedent if you just like say, okay, there's no good. Even if a person wants
it's
a trial,
100% guilty.
I understand that, but I'm saying it's a dangerous precedent to set. If somebody does, even if it's open and shut, the person's guilty. But if they want to plead not guilty, they should have the chance to do so.
He's asking the mothers and fathers of the children he killed. It's like, did you see me hit him? Was it me? And they're like, well, they really can't say because they were in shock as this jackass is driving through killing the people. And it's like, well, if you can't identify the person driving, it's like, you were the one in the picture that was taken and caught. What are you talking about? I mean, it is really sad to see that happen. Same thing with the Parkland thing. It's like, well, he should be spared his life. It's like, he didn't know what he was doing. Are you serious? They already passed a law in California now. They got up on the ballot to the cops.
They passed it, or is it on the ballot? You mean?
I think it's on the ballot. I'm not 100% sure yet. For L.A., that. And it's the governor, Newsom?
Yeah.
And he's trying to pass this where, okay, if there's a call for mental problems or certain situations, we're going to send that. We're going to hire a new mental crew to go out, whatever they're called.
The therapist crew or
something. Yeah, the therapist crew, something of that nature to go out. And it's like, and the cops say, those are the worst calls to go out on because you never know what's going to happen.
Walk into.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people, I mean... When somebody's unstable...
Don't talk somebody out of a gun. It's like, hey, don't shoot. It's like, screw you.
When somebody's unstable and they also have violent tendencies, those are the hardest people to deal with as law enforcement, like on a scene.
Right.
Or even as regular people on a scene. I'm sure you've seen... I've come across, and I stay the hell away. I've come across crazy people that like kind of seem like they're being a little bit violent. I stay extremely clear. You never know what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah, I've been on your job sites on building decks. I know what you're talking about.
I like to drop hammers.
I've seen it. It's like I seen him hit my fucking hand with a hammer.
I don't think I did that. I hit your hand with a shim.
Yeah. I hold the shim.
That's because you were being impatient.
I'm holding the piece.
That's because
he hits the shim.
You were being
and
impatient.
It goes right into my hand.
You were being impatient.
Impatient.
Yes.
Well, that usually happens in sexual situations, being impatient.
How?
Well, usually the girl is like, I want foreplay.
And you just want to jump right to the intercourse.
Well, it really depends how much work you've done on this. It's like, if you've done this 100, 200 times with the same girl, sometimes you just want to get this over with.
I hear it. Let me get it over with. You mean you just want to get it in?
That too.
I do agree with you to kind of an extent that once you've like been with a girl so many times, obviously this sex, the intercourse is the best part of like, messing around with a girl, doing sexual play with a girl.
Right.
But like it gets to a point where like I don't want to sit there and make out for 45 minutes before I have sex anymore. Like I don't want to do that.
That's how long you used to do it? Wasn't that way in the 70s.
What'd you do in the 70s?
Oh, we hit it.
How long did you have foreplay in the 70s before you hit it?
Oh, there was no such thing.
What are you complaining about? There's no such thing.
There was no such thing in those days.
Such thing as what? Foreplay?
Yeah, the foreplay shit didn't come until the 90s when they started, or 2000 when they started putting on all the porn sites and you got it for free. That's when foreplay came in all of a sudden.
Well, that's kind of part of their plot, their arc, their story.
I mean,
not as a story, but they have like a it's like an outline. There's an arc to it.
You know, they sit back there and it's like, hey, there's an ounce of Coke. It's like, go do 2 lines, come back in.
There's always an arc to it. You know, the pizza delivery guy shows up.
The pizza. That's funny. It's like, because I take the pepperoni pizza over a girl. Especially if it was a good one.
Pepperoni for me, please.
Yeah, he wants sausage.
No sausage either.
He wants
he probably wants the anchovies.
No,
if you smell fish, you got a dish.
You know what? He probably wants a 3-meat pizza. That puts him on the other side of LGBTQXYZX. What are you doing drinking all my beer? Oh, split.
That's assault.
That's assault.
That's assault.
That's assault.
Call 911. Call 911.
Oh, Jenny?
What's Jenny?
Don't know.
What's that mean? Is that a band or something?
Well, there was a song out there in 1980. The guy was from General Hospital, I think. Of course, I think this show's been on for 55 years.
You know, the one thing I never understood about soap operas, do they have like a new episode like every day of the week? Like 5 days a week?
Yes. Yeah.
How do they film that much shit?
It's, what it is on the soaps, it comes down to everybody's cheating on each other.
I know it's all the same stupid plot storylines. They just like rotate characters in from time to time.
Yeah, there's a new girl doing a new guy doing a new girl. And, you know, and it's basically really, some of it's really on real life. I'm divorcing you. I'm marrying my mistress. My mistress kills me. And I got another one over here.
How do women like that shit?
Oh, they love it. I mean, I tell you what. In the 70s?
Like when I was growing up, my mom always watched that shit. And every time I was like in the room, whatever, like watching it, I would watch it for a few minutes. I'm like, this is terrible. It's so boring.
We used to watch this show. I can't remember the name right now, but there was a werewolf and a vampire. I can't remember the name. It was in the 60s it was done. It was the first...
horror movie?
No, it was the first, show, you know, like General Hospital.
Soap opera?
First soap opera out there.
It had werewolves in it?
Werewolf and a vampire.
What?
Oh, it was called Dark Shadows.
Of course you know what it is.
It was Dark Shadows was the name of it. And you know, it was on for an hour or a half hour. I can't remember when it was. And all I remember is like I couldn't get the TV because my sister got the TV. You know, living with 6 kids,
you only have one TV in the house, right?
Everybody gets an hour or a half hour of show, so you never get to watch.
Maybe that's why you're so impatient watching TV. Is because you only when you grew up and you program yourself. I only have an hour. I have to maximize the amount of shit I could say.
That's probably true. I mean, back then when we were kids, it's like you go outside and play.
That's what I did too.
I mean, you didn't stay in the house playing.
You know when I stayed in when it was like thunderstorming out or something, and like you didn't want to get soaked outside. Even then, sometimes I was still outside.
Yeah, I was always running around with a goddamn piece of copper.
What were you doing as a child with a piece of copper?
Trying to get electrocuted, I guess. We were so... you know what?
I was so poor, I wanted to get hit by lightning.
You know...
so we could get free electric for the house.
We got yelled at by our parents a lot.
We all did. I did too.
And the worst one is, as I look back on it, probably did do brain damage somewhere.
Something did brain
They used
damage.
to come down the streets with mosquito trucks.
Yeah.
And we would have our little banana seat bikes with the baseball cards that are worth millions of dollars now that we don't have.
I still have mine.
And we followed the mosquito truck up and down 2-3 streets with the insecticide coming out, and we were in the dust, in the smoke in there, and our parents were yelling at us saying, "What are you doing? Get the hell out of there!" And we're like, "Yeah."
What were you doing?
We were riding in the smoke.
Why?
I don't know. It was cool. It was cool to ride in the smoke. Little did we know it was DDT or DTT, whatever it's called.
This explains a lot.
It probably does.
This explains a lot.
It's like how much time you know. It's like, hey, I had $1 million.
How many times were you dropped on your head?
I had $1 million in baseball cards, and it was on my bicycle going brrrr.
How many times were you dropped on your head as a child?
Well, according to your dad, I got scars on the top of my head.
That's not according. No, those scars are not according to my dad. You looked like you got hit by a goddamn hatchet on the top of your head. The top of your head looks like a pistachio.
I've been in a lot of wars in my life. What can I say? It was big guys like you.
Why'd you pick on big guys? It's always the small guys that run their mouth the most.
I didn't run my mouth. The big
Yeah,
guys
right.
ran. The big guys
You
ran.
still
their
run your mouth.
No. I never do that. What I do,
How many times you come up to me and just start punching me?
I punch you because I like you.
I know, but I'm just saying you kind of had that, let's start some shit mentality in your head.
Well, until you hit back, then it changes.
Then there's a problem.
You know,
Then I start second guessing myself of whether I should have done that or not.
if I was fighting someone your size, which is, I think he's like 6'6", 300, I go for vital spots.
300.
I wouldn't mess around. I wouldn't mess around punching the kidneys. That's not a good punch. I'd hit you in the neck,
Throat punch.
your balls, or your
Throat
knee.
punch him.
Huh?
Or nose, too.
Or your eyes. A gouge. What it's called, they do it as like a gouge punch. It's like, you know, you do it's a
That's like the Three
karate
Stooges
punch.
hit.
You punch with your hand curled up and open.
Your hand's always curled up.
So if you miss the neck, you go for the eyes and then so on. But I don't want to give tips to anybody because I don't want to let anybody taking this the wrong way.
This is a peaceful podcast.
Next day I'm going to get sued being on.
It's a peaceful. We preach peace.
That's right. I don't want to get sued for being. Someone says like
inciting violence.
AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne. It's like the song is reason of my. And sad to say that some people have done that, committed suicides, and they're blaming the music on what their children have done, which is not.
Well, they
true.
did that when after the Columbine shooting, they blamed Marilyn Manson and Eminem.
Right. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's after.
What they blame Ozzy Osbourne for?
Same thing. He wrote a song about his friend that committed suicide.
But was there like something happened afterwards, and then they blamed Ozzy for it?
Right. He wrote a song about his best friend that committed suicide, so he wrote a song about it.
Right.
And they said, "So hey, well, obviously you're telling people to commit suicide," and it's like it's not what the song is about at all. And they went to Congress and they went to sue him too, and it's like the same thing they did with AC/DC. There was I don't know what song they did with them, you know. And I think there was another band too that they tried to sue. It was like, well, our daughters committed suicide because of your music because it's so
graphic.
So what?
Graphic.
Yeah, but it's like,
they're just talking about stuff they've gone through in their own life.
Right, and that's what musicians always do. They write about themselves. They write about their families, you know, and that's how they produce music. It's like, if you're not writing about reality, what's happened to your life, you're not being able to write. How the hell can you write?
Well, the best art, music or films or whatever, is like based on reality, like what they've been through.
Yeah, how can you write something
more
that
authentic.
never happened? Then you're doing fiction.
It's not as authentic because you don't have that. You don't have that like deep emotion. Like you don't have that extra little thing in you. You know what I mean?
Well, the amazing part that people that write and people that produce, and now I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about Ozzy Osbourne, how they freaking came after him because
they came after him for him writing his best song about his friend, which is totally ridiculous and ludicrous.
Yeah.
I mean, look how they attacked his wife the other day, and I have no idea what they attacked her about.
Well, she said she wanted her money back.
They attacked her 2 weeks ago on some TV show she was doing.
Yeah.
I think it was about the queen or the king or the daughter or the son of the prince that died. What was her name? They got killed in a tunnel.
Oh, Princess Diana, not Princess.
Yeah, so
Princess Diana.
Her son and
her 2 kids, freaking William and...
She said something bad about them, and the next thing you know, she got fired from her job on a talk show somewhere.
So you can't criticize the royal family. I don't know what the hell she said.
How are they
It might
royal?
have been something stupid. I have no idea. But... like you can't say something bad about the public. They're public figures. You can't say something bad about a public figure.
Well, they say everything.
Even if she's wrong.
I doubt she was wrong.
And I'm not a big fan of her at all.
They just didn't like what she.
Yeah, and I'm not a big.
She had to say.
Well, I saw recently somebody like was coming like on the street and like saw her like recorder asked her about freaking if she freaking upset.
What are you saying?
They asked her if she was upset or what her thoughts were on BLM being a shame organization.
Oh yeah,
with
she
the
shamed
money.
BLM.
Yeah, so she says, she said, well, the one thing I do wish is I could get my money back. She donated like $900,000 or some shit.
Yeah, she ain't getting that back. It's in the house.
Nobody is.
It's in the house in Canada somewhere.
Nobody's getting their money back.
Yeah, that's just a BS.
It's a scam.
Well, you know, what do they
It's an
call
elaborate scam.
What do they call all those people that work in Washington?
Politicians.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Thieves.
Those
Thieves.
Lobbyists.
Thieves.
Lobbyists. It's like, hey, once you lose your job as Congress or senator, you become a lobbyist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got all connections and you can put bills through and get, you know, hey, I'm working for this company. It's a new corporation. And you get stuff pushed through, just like Intel did. I mean, Biden gave them $5 billion or $25 billion. I don't know what exactly. NVIDIA, same thing. Watch, I'll probably get sued now. Can't sue someone who's living in poverty.
Can't get blood out of its stone.
I ain't got no blood in my rocks there, so you ain't getting no rock out of my blood.
You don't have rocks either.
I mean, but, you know, they gave Intel billions of dollars, which is a good investment now. They gave NVIDIA supposedly going to give them a license to sell chips overseas. I mean, and the reason it is because Pelosi owns like 5 million or 10 million shares of the goddamn company.
Well, there's actually people that follow her stock moves, and she makes like 50-something% a year.
Yeah.
Who could make that many good moves?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is a good time to buy it.
Obviously, it's insider trading.
It's good time to buy that stock, NVIDIA. I mean, right now.
There's people that literally just track what investments she makes and just make the same exact moves.
Yeah.
Make like 50%.
Right, because they pass these bills.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I said, it's like the other companies ain't going to get these licenses like the one she's involved with. So.
Right. Well,
and look at her. Even if she loses in 2 months, she's got a job in Italy already as being an ambassador. It's like, you already got a job?
She has one foot in the grave.
She's like 89.
I know.
And she's got her eyelids.
Well, she has every plastic surgery that's ever been invented done.
You know, shaved, and she's got the black line engraved in her head like a tattoo. I mean, she can't even.
her eyebrows read in Braille evil.
She can't even do the Rock move, lift one eyebrow up when she's lying.
Who can?
The Rock.
Can you do that?
No, I can't.
I can't either.
The Rock's got real eyebrows, though.
How do you know?
Oh, I've seen him wrestling. I always watch wrestling.
Did you ever see him in person?
Wrestling's real. You didn't know that?
Yeah, and Hollywood movies are real, too.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe the one with the monsters in it.
What one with the monsters in it?
With Tom Cruise.
War of the Worlds?
That too.
Is that the one you're talking about or no?
I'm talking about a couple of them. He did a couple after that too.
What else?
I don't know the names. I don't watch movies.
That's all you do.
I only catch 15 minutes and I move on. Commercial, boom, move. Commercial, boom, move. Commercial, move.
You mean you don't have premium channels?
Well, no advertisements?
Yeah, like
don't
HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, none of them?
It's already paying $200 for nothing.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's optimum.
$200 a month.
Oh, geez, I'm going to get sued again. You got to stop making me say these lines.
What? There's no problem. But $200 a month for cable and internet?
Yeah, I think that's what it's costing us.
What you should do is...
I can't get an answer from my sister.
You should cut the fucking cord, just get internet, and just watch fucking shit on YouTube.
I don't even know if I have gas when I go home.
If you have gas right now, I'll tell you that much.
I'm talking about cooking.
I know what you were talking about.
All right, it's break time.
You said that last time, and then you didn't take a break.
I know. Shut it down for 10 minutes.
Do you need to take a break?
Yeah, I want to take a break.
You need a beer break?
Oh, you can rub my balls and I would take
I'm
a break.
not rubbing your fucking balls. That is not happening.
You can put oil on my ass.
I'll try to find some chick on the street for you.
How's that? I'll put oil on my ass.
I'll go out front and I'll try to find somebody who'll help you out.
You can put oil on my ass and I'll feel better. Shut that down.
I'll dip you in a freaking vat of frying oil. And we're back. Ignore everything he just said.
Back in the crack. That's what I like.
Joey Crack.
I can't hear you.
Joey Crack, push the cat back.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Check 1, 2.
You can't hear me?
What?
You can't hear me.
What do you sound like?
I sound like Velvet.
You sound like
Barry
who? The Cookie
Barry
Monster?
White. Barry White.
Barry White. Smooth.
Like
Smooth.
silk. Thanks for getting me another beer, bud. I appreciate it.
Well, you got one right there.
I don't see another one.
I'm trying to run the. You want me to go get one?
No.
I mean, I maybe take 10 minutes.
It's all right.
Well,
How'd everything come out?
Where?
In there.
The restroom, everything's rested.
Oh, so you're well rested.
It's well rested. Now I got to go home, cook chicken dinner for my brother.
Winner.
For my disabled brother, veteran.
For chicken dinner.
Well, you know
winner.
What I think.
Hey, do they have bingo at the in the area you live?
Yeah, I think they do.
Things?
But you know, who wants to play bingo with everybody 80 years old?
You know, they say there's more cases of VD in like nursing homes.
Don't know anything about it. I did see a movie
what
with
I'm getting at
with
is
the grandpa.
What I'm getting at is these old people fuck, and you should get in on that activity.
I've seen 2 movies.
Maybe you'll turn into a nice guy.
Well, I can't say I've seen 2 movies. I've seen parts of 2 movies. I think one was the grandpa. He was a CIA agent that was doing.
Are you talking about Meet the Fockers? Meet the Parents?
Them 2.
Is that what you're talking about or no?
No, what's a flocker? I've seen
Meet the Parents.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
With that asshole De Niro.
Yeah. That's the guy.
Yeah.
But other than that,
the movie itself was pretty good.
Yeah, the movie itself was pretty good. I mean, it's like meet the parents, the grandparents, whatever. It's like there is nothing worse than when you're hooked up as a man or a woman, or
what, meeting the in-laws,
adolescent, and the girl wants to bring on meet your dad and your mom.
It depends on how they are.
Yeah, or vice
versa. Some parents I met are freaking fantastic, and I loved it. Some of them are like, this sucks.
It's like, how can I get out of here?
Yeah, some of them is just like, it's like pulling teeth.
Well, you know what? You got an
It depends on the parents.
Listen, I'm talking in the 70s. Back in my day, you can never get out of it because you can't say, oh, so-and-so called me on a cell phone, I got to go. Now you can say, I just got a text, man, I got an emergency.
There's an emergency.
I can get the hell out of here. It's like, you can't, that doesn't happen.
Nowadays, what you do is you tell your buddy, hey, listen, I'm getting there at 8 o'clock. Give me a call at like 8:25.
No, 8:01.
Give me a call at 8:01 and get me the hell out.
Tell me my mom was in a car accident. I got to go.
Somebody's in the hospital. I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
You don't even have to say words. Just call me up and blah, 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 blah. And I'll play the rest of the part.
Just get me out of here.
Yeah. I just need the call. You don't have to say a word.
And then do you run into where it's a girl's problem or the guy's problem with who's ever parents, and then you're like, listen, just do what they ask, say hello, be nice, I'll get you the hell out of here in 5 minutes. And then you're stuck there for 2 hours like,
well, if the mom's a good cook,
hey,
it might be.
This is the 3rd dinner I've had today at Thanksgiving.
Hey, if the mom's a good cook, it might be worth it to hang out.
Yeah.
The way you are, though, I bet you freaking fathers have pulled guns on you, haven't they?
Well, you know what? Those things have happened in lifetimes.
I've never had some chick I was dating father pull a gun on me.
You never had a hot girlfriend?
I've had hot girlfriends.
You haven't dated a Cuban?
I don't think I have dated a Cuban. You've dated Cubans?
Let me tell you.
Tell me.
When you meet their family.
Have you dated a Cuban girl?
Let me tell you.
I'm fucking listening.
Are you listening? You don't want to meet their family, honestly speaking.
Why?
Oh, because they don't like you, little gut. You're like a goddamn fish.
Because you're not Cuban.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
Well, the other reason is that you're you.
I mean,
if I had a daughter, I would not want her dating somebody like you.
I went out with a Spanish girl one time.
I've been out with a couple of Spanish
in California.
Yeah.
And her brothers came with me to take her out. Though they said they were her brothers, I don't know if they were cousins, whether they were doing their own sister, whatever. And it's like, I'm like, how are we supposed to have a good time with these people following us? I mean, they didn't drive in the actual car with us, but they followed us.
They tailed you like they're fucking federal agents?
Yeah, chaperones, they call themselves. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, you got to be kidding.
Why even go on the date?
That's what I said. It's like, how old are you?
How old was she?
Shit, I was 23. I was like, she was like 22, 20.
Okay. She was legal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, street legal. She sat on the curb and her feet hit. She was legal.
She was licensed and insured and registered as well.
I bet you that whole thing was registered from below. Shaved and beautiful. But, you know, besides that, I thought there was a joke. It's
Did you give her undercarriage inspection?
Well, you know, I didn't get lucky with her.
I wonder why.
Well, I told her, she goes, I'm not a one-night thing or whatever, one-night stand. I don't do one-night stands. It's like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, well, it's hard to have a good time with someone that's got two brothers. Who knows if they're even her brothers?
You know, it's like
they could be her ex-boyfriends.
It's like when you're trying to have sex and the girl has like a dog or whatever. The dog just sits there staring at you, making eye contact with you.
Oh, yeah.
Making you feel shame.
Yeah. What are you doing with my friend?
Making you just pouring shame on you.
It is.
I had that one time. One time the fucking dog was on the bed. So I made both naked. I go make a move with the freaking girl and get in the position. All of a sudden, I feel something wet on my ass, like in my ass crack.
Oh my God.
The dog snout. I mean, it was right. I jumped. I leaped.
Save your soul.
I leaped. Oh my God.
Tell the truth, Lord. It was his tongue up your ass. and then what happened? All of a sudden, my other side got wienered going.
I mean, at least it was a female dog. Not that makes any of this situation better at all. But
how did we get to this situation?
I don't think there was tongue involved.
I don't think there is. Yeah, and after that, the dog licked my face. I could tell it wasn't tongue involved.
Luckily, I didn't have any, like peanut butter or anything.
So what's going on with you and your girlfriend?
That does freaking shock you, though. That does throw you for a loop.
I bet you it would shock a lot of people.
Yeah, that freaking...
You know what? I have seen a lot of weird things on the internet, and I'd have to believe that would be a weird one, what you just said. It's like the dog's nose...
And, I mean, solid contact.
And then believe it wasn't the dog. It's like, maybe I'm imagining.
What else was it?
Maybe I'm drinking too much.
I wasn't that drunk. I had some drinks that night, but I wasn't hammered.
I tried to give you a way out.
I know you did, but I'm not taking it. I'm not.
I'm
jumping without a parachute
all the way.
Yeah, I'm jumping without a parachute here, baby.
You ain't got no parachute. You ain't got no.
That's
balls.
the point. I'm jumping without one.
You ain't got no balls when you hit the ground with this one. What are you gonna do?
You don't need a parachute to skydive.
Well, you definitely need a pair of balls to do it.
You don't need a parachute to skydive.
Well, you know what? Don't skydive.
You need a parachute to skydive twice.
Don't do it again.
You didn't get it, did you?
No, I missed the whole joke.
Fucking idiot.
Call me an idiot.
You need to listen more. You got headphones on. You ain't listening.
Wait. Did you hear him? I'm an idiot. He's got the dog snoot up his ass.
It wasn't my choice.
Yes, it is.
I didn't say, "Hey, dog, lick my ass. Get up in there." I am back into like that.
Wait a minute. That dog's suit had a happy time.
Maybe the dog did have a good night. I have no idea.
He had a better night than you.
It was a she.
Wait. Maybe you had a better night. You just didn't notice it.
Did I give me a better night? Because that ruined the mood, if you know what I mean.
Well, maybe that made you go to all those gay clubs you go to.
I'll go to gay clubs.
Don't lie.
That was with the pretty hot chick, too.
The dog?
Not the dog. I'm saying the girl that owned the dog. The girl that I was hooking up with, idiot.
Wait a minute. I'm getting confused. You said it was a female dog.
I'm not calling the dog hot. I was saying the chick that owns the dog that I was hooking up with,
she was hot. Sure it was the dog or was the chick?
It was the chick.
Wait a minute.
The dog.
Who had your tongue over your ass? The chick or the dog?
The dog.
Are you sure?
But I was calling the chick hot, not the dog. It was a good-looking dog, though.
It was a good look. Oh, my God. This guy got raped by a female dog, and he says she was hot. What do you think of that?
How is that even possible?
And you know, it's amazing, because they got long tongues.
That's not rape. That's just essay. Actually, we should say that word. That's not grape.
Wait. That's not rape. That's incest.
Don't say that word.
That's pet incest.
There's probably a word for it. Bestiality. Bestiality.
I don't know about that one.
That's the name for it. Like people that like the porn that you watch. People that hook up. People that hook up. People that hook up.
How the hell?
People that have. have relations with animals or creatures.
How did you
it's called it's called
porn,
bestiality.
The porn I watch when the dog's licking your ass, and now you're telling me
you told me you watched animal porn.
No, I said I walked in somebody's office and they had it on the screen, and I said, "What the hell are you?"
And let me ask you a question.
Oh no, here he comes. Here he comes. He's trying to nail me to a cross here.
How long did you stay in that office?
Well, until he turned it off.
Oh, so you waited for him to turn it off?
Well, he turned it off. And
he didn't immediately about face and freaking hightail it.
No, he didn't. He didn't turn it off right away.
I'm not worried about the guy. Is clearly sick. Up to no good. Why would you stick around till the end of the situation? Why wouldn't you just get the hell out of there?
Because he had some 420.
Oh, so that overrode that overrode witnessing some questionable situations.
Yeah, he said, "Watch this. You ever see something like this?" And I'm like, "Hell no."
That's probably borderline illegal.
It's not often you see a girl on a produce.
Might be illegal. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Hey, it's not often you see a girl on a produce. I
don't want to see that. I know produce cart getting nailed by a freaking Mr. Ed.
They don't know what Mr. Ed is, so that's cool.
Oh, some people might.
I'll leave it alone there.
We'll leave it at that. You guys could use your imagination.
Mr. Ed was a horse, just so you don't know.
It was a movie.
No, it was no movie.
There was a movie.
It was on
a
TV
porn
show? Site.
Oh, well, that's what you saw. Actual Mr. Ed was a TV show or a movie?
Well, my reaction is like, what the hell are you watching? Check
my reaction is,
wait. And he goes,
get the hell out of there immediately.
Here you go. Check this out. This is really cool. Watch this. You ever see this before? It's like, no, I've never seen any of this before. Are you crazy?
Who are you hanging out with?
Well, you know what? It really makes you wonder what the people do on farms.
It kind of makes me wonder who you're hanging out with.
Do you know the old joke in the old days used to be?
Who are you hanging out with?
No. Who are you hanging out with? You take a sheep because they're close.
McDonald's farm, E-I-E-I-O?
No, because they're close to humans, supposedly in the vital spots.
Yeah.
And if you put their feet in a pair of rubber boots with you, like you probably done, and then put a picture of a cliff in front of them, they'll keep backing up to you. That's terrible. I heard it. Same thing with Rocky Mountain oysters. Nobody knows. You want to try a Rocky Mountain oyster? It's like, yeah, what's that? Nobody knows they're cow balls. Did you know that? How many balls have you eaten in your life?
I had no idea. My day was going to come.
Your dick day come?
My day.
What?
I don't even know what to say anymore.
You don't know what Rocky Mountain oysters are?
I seriously don't know. What are they?
They're cow balls, fried.
It sounds horrible.
I know. I never eat it. It's like you go shopping, they got cow tongue now. It's supposed to be a delicacy.
That's gross. Any tongue is gross. Only tongue I want is a live girl kissing her.
Well, you got to work on that.
I do work on that.
You got to get out of the situation. You got to get on those websites you're on.
Not the websites you're on. The websites I'm on.
I'm not on a website.
I'm not going to any of your websites. You know all the strange shit. I stick to the normal. I stick to normal internet.
You know what? When I was on the internet a decade ago, some of the stuff that come up on my computer.
Yeah, you notice it came up on your computer, though.
I don't even know how it got on the computer.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a freaking mystery for the ages.
It was a miracle. It was like
it was a miracle, right?
They come by, it's like, you got like 70 sites open. What are you doing? It's like, I don't know. They keep coming on. I just keep going to the next one.
And I keep watching them.
Some of them are really bad. They're all really bad. I mean, if you want to be married and, have a good relationship, you don't need to watch that crap.
Well, if you have a good relationship with a woman, you should be if she's a good woman, you should be getting it on a regular basis, so you shouldn't need that at all. Like, she should be taking care of that for you.
Right. Well, you should both
a good woman.
Both be
a good woman.
Being inventive in the...
Oh, yeah, you got to be creative, switch things up, and you have to make it fun. Yeah, you can't just be like vanilla, boring, blah bullshit.
Is that how you used to do it, vanilla sex?
I get wild sometimes.
You get wild?
Sex is boring.
So you're like a murderer.
Vanilla sex is boring.
Well, vanilla sex is that what?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's better than nothing, but
it's better than
barely better. Barely better.
Vanilla sex is just terrible. I mean,
it's not bad. It's not like, it's not like getting punched in the mouth. It's barely better than no sex, but it's still.
well, vanilla sex is really good if it's like just hit it and run
Sometimes,
out.
when you're having vanilla sex, I start thinking in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be doing something. I'd rather be watching a movie, or I'd rather.
Wow.
I'd rather be doing the dishes.
You got some boring girls if you're doing the dishes and want to watch a movie. Usually I'm doing vanilla sex when I got to go to work. It's like, you want to ride me?
No, that's quick sex. There's a difference. Quick sex isn't necessarily vanilla. That's just like boom, 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 nut.
Gotta go.
Done. Yeah, I'm late to work, baby.
And she's like, I'll be here when you get home. And then you get home and it's like she don't come back to the next day. It's like, what happened to you? Well, let me tell you, I met Jim and Raul.
Have we come full circle and we're back to the freaking her bringing 4 homeless men home?
Oh, we haven't even got there.
We started at the beginning of this episode with that.
Was it 4?
I'm pretty sure that you said she brought 4 guys home. And they're half of them are homeless. They're just out of jail, or
prison.
Basically,
not jail, prison.
Same shit. Basically, your girl turned your house into a halfway house.
You sure are right about
You
that.
had freaking guys with ankle monitors in your house.
They didn't have them back then.
They didn't have ankle monitors then?
No, I don't think so. Who knows what the hell is happening?
You didn't.
I was working. I want to believe the best thing about women.
What was the best thing about women?
Well, if
like
you had
fish.
a crazy one, sex was really good.
Yeah.
Kept it exciting, except when she never come home. And then she said, I wasn't doing anything. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever you want to believe. She always tried to steal my keys, my wallet, my car, my truck.
Well, that's what she needs the keys for.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. I'd have to sleep with my goddamn clothes on half the time. Have my wallet under the bed where I'm sleeping, my keys under the bed where I'm sleeping, everything. My stash. She was a thief.
It genuinely baffles me why anybody would stick around
With a woman like that.
Yes.
It baffles me too.
Listen, I have broken up with girls for the smallest of fucking things. Don't bring up what you're about to bring up, by the way. Don't bring up what you're about to bring up.
You're only gone out with 2 girls in your lifetime. An Italian girl and a Russian girl.
I'm not talking about like serious, like commitment type of like marriage-minded long-term relationship. I'm just talking about dating in general.
Yeah, 2 girls.
I've broken off with girls for freaking showing up 5 minutes late to a date.
Oh my God, what a bunch of bullshit.
Actually, I don't know if I've done that, to be honest. I don't think I have. I don't think I've done that.
I'm pretty sticky.
But I have been kind of petty. I have been rather petty.
Many times with my bitch, whatever.
Broke up with a girl once for peeing in my bed.
Not bitch. To restate, is I come home from work 10 hours, 12 hours. We're supposed to go out for dinner at El Torito's or Fridays.
Like they know what El Torito's is.
Yeah, they do. It's a Mexican place.
I never heard of it.
Well, that's probably because you don't ever get out to eat.
There's no El Torito's around here at all.
Go south.
I'm not south.
All right.
I'm in New Jersey.
Anyway.
I'm sure some people listening to this might know about it.
So I come home, take a shower, done. And it's like, are you ready to go? It's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, let's go. And it's like, I got to take a shower. And next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll order a pizza. And that's what would happen.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't have an answer.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Maybe I don't, maybe I don't.
What's the most petty thing you've broken things off with a girl for?
She kept calling me all the time.
That's not it's slightly petty, but it's not like over the top.
It's like annoying you. Where are you? You're never home. How come you don't return my calls? It's like, there's a good reason I don't return your calls. I got a different girl the next day.
I think the most petty thing I broke things off with a girl once, it was, she was from out of state because she was like from college. No, she was from college. And so she was coming to visit. I knew her at college. She was coming to visit. And then when she came to visit, and she came to like freaking, she was going to spend the weekend, and she brought a bag with her. And then like left her bag in the middle of my room. I'm like, I can't deal with this bitch.
What was in the bag?
Like weekend clothes, like her makeup, like her shower shit. Like Normal shit that people will bring.
You mean like sexual bra
I was
panties?
just bothered that she brought a fucking bag and left it in my room.
Instead of bringing what, a suitcase?
No, it didn't matter. I was just fucking bothered that she fucking upset the balance of my room.
Wait. Let me go back on this. So what you're saying is that you had a girl come over, one night stand?
No. I knew her for a while. It wasn't a one night stand.
You already have sex with her?
Yeah, before that.
So she comes over one night.
No. She was coming for a weekend. She was coming. She was from Massachusetts. I was in New Jersey.
So what did you want her to bring?
I'm saying this is extremely petty.
Oh, so it's.
I'm admitting this is retardedly
so
petty.
So you got extremely upset because she brought a bag of clothes to stay with you. It's like, I was only going to do you one night. What do you think is going on here?
I wanted her to like keep the bag hidden in her. Like I didn't want it to be upset the balance of my room.
Oh, so it was like this. Can you put the bag in your car? Even though we're gonna have sex.
This has been an ongoing problem in my life.
Jeez.
So
here we go with psychology.
The Russian chick I was dating for a while.
Here we go from Russian to an Italian.
No.
So it's a redhead to a blonde.
No, I don't know where the hell you're talking about. So anyway, moving on from his.
What is
nonsense.
The problem with you?
So the freaking Russian chick. So once she freaking moved out of state, and then she came back to visit. She left like a little travel size, like a few little travel size, like shampoo and like shit like that in there. I couldn't deal with it.
Oh,
I told her like, no, you got to clean this shit up.
She goes, what'd you ask her? Where'd you get these from? The Hilton?
I didn't care where they came from. I just didn't want them there because they weren't mine.
Wow.
I don't like people bringing shit over into my house.
What the hell are you talking about? You just made me bring a fucking 12-pack here.
This is in my house.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you bring some alcohol.
Well, yeah. We need more.
That's like you saying to the girls, like, make sure you bring condoms for me. I can't afford them.
You make the girl bring the condom?
Well, I make them put them on.
You make her get them?
If I'm embarrassed. What else you want to know? I'm not embarrassed about nothing.
You just said if you were embarrassed.
I was just being facetious or whatever it's called.
Facetious.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I used to go get my old lady, and don't take that the wrong way, everybody, but it's like, to go get, the PMS things and all that crap.
What, like Midol?
No, the things
what
for...
PMS things?
You want me to tell you?
Chocolate?
Tampons.
Oh, okay.
Pads.
Maxi pads, all that crap.
What else? Oh. Douches. I didn't get embarrassed.
I don't think women douche anymore. I could be wrong. I don't know what the hell girls do. I don't think they do, though.
Well, you know what?
You
keep taking the finger test, you'll find out.
You know what? The last time I had like a smelly fish dish
girl. Here we go.
Honestly, it's been. I was probably a teenager. No, maybe early 20s.
So we're talking a couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple years.
Smells like fish, baby. You got a dish. That's all I can tell you.
Who do you hook up with?
Shit, I've been with more women.
Have you hooked up with a girl that smells like fish?
Well, if it smells like fish, I usually don't go down on that dish.
But did you do intercourse?
Of course.
With a girl that smells like fish?
It's the heat of the moment, baby.
That is gross.
I honestly can't tell you.
If it smells like fish, she has something wrong down there.
Most of the women I slept
There's something wrong.
would take showers and stuff.
Exactly. If it smells like fish, there is something wrong.
That's just a line. Why are you taking it so personal?
Because I've smelled a girl that smells like fish, and I left.
How many?
1, 2.
He's lying. 1, 2.
I had a girl that smelled like asshole.
It could be Jesus Christ.
I'm being honest.
Where do you come up with this sexual nonsense?
You're questioning me here?
I'm just asking you. So let me ask you, in your last year.
It's called life.
How about this? Last 5 years, how many girls smell like fish or smell like
None.
booty calls?
What does a booty call smell like?
Well, you were the one that says it smelled like asshole.
I didn't mention booty call and associate that with an asshole.
Wow.
I said a girl, like her vajayjay, Smelled like an ass. Like the inside of an asshole.
We're gonna talk like who's that black woman in Atlanta? What's her name?
I don't know.
The JJ girl.
Oh,
She's a millionaire.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The black woman that's on TV all the time used to be.
Well, like Real Housewives or something?
No. The talk show host.
From Atlanta?
Yeah, she's a millionaire. First talk host.
You're not talking about Oprah, are you?
Yes. Oh,
I thought she was like from Alabama or Mississippi or something.
that's what she called it.
No, I thought she was originally from like Alabama or Mississippi.
I thought her show was in Atlanta.
No, her show was in Chicago.
I was close enough. Fuck,
That's across the fucking country.
No, Atlanta and Chicago?
Not even anywhere close to each other.
That's 1,200 miles away.
Halfway across the country. You just proved my fucking point.
Well, obviously, you proved my point. You must have watched the show, you and Dr. Phil, because that's what they call it on TV, a JJ. What the hell is a JJ?
The JJ.
What the hell's the JJ?
Pussy.
I know what it is. I know what they mean it is. It's like, hey.
That's a common term.
A JJ?
The JJ.
Who?
VAJAYJAY. The JJ.
So that's one word.
Yes.
What about camel toe?
I think that's one word.
That's one word.
I think it's one word.
What about vagina?
What about it?
What about vulva?
That's not a word. What did you just say?
That was close.
I don't think you're close to anything. What did you just say?
Well, I ain't got a doctor's chart here right now.
What? Do you remember what you just said?
Yeah, Volvo.
A car.
That's a car. They drive like it.
And you didn't even say Volvo. You said something else. You said like a Volvo or some shit.
Whatever. It's on the recording.
I know. We'll find out when we play it back later.
I don't want to play it back. I ain't got time for this shit. I got to go.
What do you got to go do? I have to go see if I have gas in my house. Pick up some fucking beans in the way home. You'll have some gas.
Beans.
Eat some Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. That's the worst food
When's
out
the last
there.
time you had Taco Bell?
Probably 5-6 years ago.
I think I've been like 10, 12
I threw it out.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
Got a burrito, threw it out, took one bite, threw it out.
Gross.
What I did get was pretty good. I can't remember. They had very good guacamole in a little cup. I think when they had those specials like a chicken taco or something like that.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. But other than that, their food's terrible.
It's gross.
No offense to anybody.
My brother used to work there. He used to
I mean,
with free food.
when I used to go to schools, like I used to go to McDonald's all the time. We were allowed to cross the street to go to McDonald's. And I think at that time, hamburgers were
across the street either.
I think you get a buck. You think you get like 8 hamburgers for a buck. I think they were 15 cents or 10 cents a piece.
How old are you? Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
And let me tell you, 4 years of high school eating McDonald's, you get
That'll give you some brain damage.
No, you don't only want. After the McDonald's, I ended up eating Whoppers at Burger King all the time. And it's like.
I mean, that still sucks. It's better than McDonald's, but it's
well,
still garbage.
When you're 17, that's all you can afford.
It's still garbage. You had to buy your own food at 17?
Well, who the hell do you think is buying it for me?
Your parents?
What are you out of your mind? I was working
You're
already.
still a minor.
I was working since
I don't care.
I working shoveling snow, raking leaves, cutting grass, 2 newspaper routes. Worked at Pathmark bagging when I was 16. Worked another job, 17. Worked doing cabinets and at Pathmark at the same time because I got out of school halfway. You know, they used to have a project.
A co-op program.
Yeah,
you had like half a day of school, half a day you went and work a trade.
Right, where they had the top students that were passing.
I did that.
Passing all their curriculum.
Classes.
Is that what it's called?
Classes, yeah.
That you didn't have to take your classes.
Oh, you're a top student at Votech. What an accomplishment.
Oh man, now you're getting low. Top student. Could have been top drug dealer, too.
It's like being a top sped ed kid. It's like...
Oh, come on, man. You know, you really hurt.
Did they give you the front seat on the short bus?
Look, you know what's going to happen? Look at all the goddamn kids in school right now. They're all of a sudden, the ones that can't do anything, they're going to say, well, I can't go to a trade school because Ryan said so. He goes, only dumb people go there.
No, I think dumb people go to a traditional university now. I think smart people go to trade school now. Unless you want to be a doctor or something. Then you have to go to university. But the rest of it is a complete waste of time and money.
What happens if you get a Republican doctor?
Oh, a Republican doctor?
What time you get a Democrat doctor?
Doesn't matter. As long as they do their job good, that's all that matters.
Well, that's what they're supposed to
Their
do.
politics don't matter. It matters if they do an effective job.
Yeah, well, it's effective, and this is over.
I'm done with you. You've insulted me enough.
That's right. I'm going to polish her head.
There you go.
Woo, look at that. Booty,
Braid her hair. Should braid her hair.
Yeah, you should.
You should put highlights on her.
You know what? You should
Put some
paint a little pink there, a little green.
Just get highlights. Put some makeup on.
Yeah.
She needs some shoes too. She looks poor.
Call your friend.
She looks poor.
You know what she looks like? She come from my
looks like
town,
she's poor.
poverty town.
Yeah, maybe that's her neighbor.
Could be.
Lives in your neighborhood, definitely. No shoes. Poor.
Done.
Your neighborhood is poor.
Cut.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Dictators.
The
Tune in next time. Who?
The Dictators. Bitch.
16 is
All
out.
right. Check out Soup to Nuts. You got anything last thing you want to plug? No, you don't.
Well,
check out my other
girl
social.
To do it for me, but I'm not gonna say.
It'll be below. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. Whatever platform you're on, give us a good rating and all that good shit. And check out my other social @SOUPEDTONUTS. Link will be in the bio.
Yeah, give us 5 stars like Uber.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I want 5 stars like Lyft.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
I like 5 stars all the time. I think I'm having a heart attack.
All right, he's done.
Oh. This is our last show. I think I'm dying.